Hi everyone, my name is Jessica Whitaker. I am a New York City-based photographer and I am so stoked to share this in-home studio session with you guys. It is a very bare minimum. It is very DIY. I love bringing y'all along for my DIY studio shoots here in my tiny New York City apartment because it really goes to show that you do not need a professional, massive setup to create beautiful images. I've done a few studio shoots at this point and I feel like I've posted almost everything to YouTube, and in the past it's been in my tiny kitchen with like my vitamin collection and dirty dishes in the sink. So I thought we would upgrade and start to do more shoots just in my room. There's a lot more wall space. It's not as compact, not as many vitamins and chicken swimming around in the dishwater, you know. This is where we used to do the shoots. All of my studio shoots, and by all I mean literally the two I've done. Before we get into the video, I want to say, if you are not a member of my online Facebook group called Build and Bloom, you are missing out big time. So Build and Bloom is full of highly engaged, active photographers. There's over 50,000 members. It's a private Facebook group, so you do have to request to join, but that just means you have this added like security blanket. I love Build and Bloom because there is an entire community who is able to offer you their advice on a situation where I can only give my perspective. In addition to the online Facebook group, this past year we did 7 free photography workshops all around the world. I'm really passionate about providing as much free tools and resources to as many people as possible and leveling out the playing field. And I wanted to keep these workshops called Rally available and free for all. We did workshops in Seattle, Washington, which is actually where I'm originally from, New York City, which is now where I live and love and thrive. Yes. We did a workshop in Los Angeles. We did a workshop in Houston, Texas, Dallas, Texas. This was my first time going to Texas and I loved it with all of my heart. In addition to these United States cities, we also did smaller scale events over in London, England, and Paris, France this past summer. It's an amazing community and we have a lot coming up in 2019 that I would love for you to be a part of. Be sure to check out the description box below. And finally, let's hop on into today's behind the scenes tutorial. I am really stoked to share with you guys this behind the scenes video. It had been quite a while since I have done a shoot just for fun, cranked up the music. Just kidding, we can't because of copyright infringement, but it's been a while since I just had a fun shoot. So I called up, actually texted, because this is like not 1903, but I texted one of my favorite models, Isabella, to see if she would be interested in modeling for me for this studio session, and then London assisted with us. So it was a very small team. Isabella, tell them, okay, how about you tell them what is Sister Sister and why do the girls of the United States, because we don't have business insurance for anywhere outside of the US, how can they join?
Okay, so Sister Sister is a monthly networking group for girls in high school and college to get together every month, and there's like a topic each month. You learn off of one another, you bounce ideas off of one another. You could be like, hey, how do I do this? Or I had this issue with a client, how would you go about fixing it? And then it's just like mass advice in person, and we even have a group chat on Instagram, so we always stay in contact with one another.
Did the photo shoot on your own?
Yeah,
right,
so
the studio? Awesome.
yeah, so there's like multiple ones, but we did do a huge collaborative shoot in a studio in Brooklyn. So we did bridal, we did editorial. So I was the bridal model, and then we had 3 models do editorial. My mom was a makeup artist. We had hair, we had vendors for flowers and jewelry. It's a whole big thing, and it was a lot of fun. So you can join Sister Sister by going to the Build and Bloom site, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you go to Build and Bloom and you RSVP to the city near you, and definitely go because you'll learn so much.
So my favorite seamless paper is from Savage Universal. They sent me this paper and I'm so grateful for it. Savage is something that if you guys follow me on Instagram, which is where I do a ton more day-to-day photography tips, videos, behind the scenes, Instagram lives, Q&As about photography or business, website reviews, I did a giveaway recently with Savage for their light wand, and they're actually the industry standard for seamless paper. Seamless paper is the blank paper that's rolled up that people use in studio shoots. They have over 60 colors. All the colors are very vibrant. The paper quality is very thick with like 5 C's. I love Savage because it's very affordable. So I have the 53" in all of the paper sizes, but specifically the coral one that you will be seeing today on the shoot, and it's the perfect size for me. But they have larger, they also have smaller, and it's at a really great price point. I'm pretty sure that the 53" is about $30. Big selection. They also have other textures and options too, as well as lighting equipment. And I did incorporate that into this shoot too. So the light wand's really sick. It's basically a big wand for light, and you can do a lot of different things with it. You could do light painting, but I just use it to fill in light. The coral paper is more of like a baby pink. It's that classic. It reminds me a lot of like Glossier, which Glossier was a big inspo for me with this shoot. I just wanted to do very simple like beauty shots, but with a twist. And our images definitely didn't turn out very Glossier-esque because we kind of went in a different direction, but that was the original inspiration for the session. The equipment that I used for the shoot was my Canon 5D Mark IV camera, Canon 50mm 1.4 for these beauty shots. Originally, with the whole inspo behind the shoot was also doing the technique of rubbing chapstick on the camera lens, well, the filter of the camera. Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Okay, so because I don't have a lens cover for my 50, why would I barely use the 50 anymore because I'm so addicted to my 35. We are going to put some chapstick on this lens. What better than our Glossier Balm.com in my favorite flavor, Rose. So good. Not sponsored, but like swipe up to shop. Wipe this guy off. I don't know, I've never done this before, and I've never watched a video tutorial on it, so I could be doing it wrong. I just see how it is on Twitter. Let's leave an opening. Ready to go. Okay, makeup artist. Okay, I have a video on 5 photography techniques that I have been using in my work that I really love for just adding a little extra like zest to your photographs. I'll link that down below, but it's all about using like Ziploc bags, plastic bags, sunglasses, that kind of stuff to bounce light around, because I do think that it does add a little bit of extra interest to portraits. We might do more of a purple. Wait, okay, I love how you can customize. I kind of love like this, like the pink and the pink, and then like holding it probably here, so then all of her features are kind of more, there's a little bit of shadow to bring in like her cheekbones and stuff. So the lighting setup that we used in the space was 1 ring light and then 1 softbox. Usually I'll do 2 softboxes, but since I was using the light wand, I kind of had that in place of my other softbox. In most cases, I will turn off the overhead. Overhead lighting can kind of cause weird shadows. Oh, this looks really nice. Okay. And tilt your head back slightly. That also helps just fill in the shadows. Then we moved into the bathroom as like our second location. I kind of like let's do this back corner. Okay. So, okay. Come on back, y'all. Is the most like, sorry. Like I would have never do a shoot like this with a random like person that I just met.
I guess it's at this point that I should have clarified. Isabella is one of my friends. London is one of my friends. This is not just a model that I hit up on Instagram and now she has to move my toilet plunger. Y'all can relate though. Like, I know that you also do photo shoots in your bathroom. Like, I know it's not just me. Photography.
Kind of wanted to try out using flash, especially since I have this beautiful subway tile that goes like 10 feet up to the ceiling. It's gorgeous. I love it. And this was like the perfect shoot for utilizing the tile plus the flash photography. I thought would look really cool. This is where we have
the most of the subway tile.
I love the way that these photos turned out because we were incorporating also these two little green plants that I had from IKEA, and the pots that they were in kind of matched the subway tile. It looked really pretty and I really liked it.
Perfect, literally queen. Let's bring one hand up by your face.
I'm always getting questions about what kind of flash I use in my photography, and it's really funny because I use the $30 Amazon Basic external speedlight flash. This little guy is really, really powerful. On the back, you have all of the settings that I need, at least. I really don't use flashes outside of wedding photography, and with wedding photography, I use it during the wedding reception. I pick this up maybe 4 times a year or so. I will have this linked down below, as well as all my other items that I use in this session. Now let's move into the editing process over on my MacBook.
Alrighty, so we are using Adobe Lightroom, Creative Cloud. I imported my photos, and I'm going to show you guys real quick how I edited these. It's very, very, very simple, and I'm going to show you guys how I went from this image to this final result. And actually my favorite of the entire bunch, and the one I posted on Instagram, was this photo. Give it a minute to load. My computer is prehistoric at this point. I love it, but it's a little slow. All right, so as you guys can see, the image is kind of hazy. Good news, the base of my edit is actually using my free preset called Clementine. I know it looks really scary in the thumbnail, but that's because the lighting is really, really off. So Clementine is a peaches and cream free Lightroom preset filter that I've designed from me to you, and I will link it down in the description box below and in the pinned comment. If you guys want to grab Clementine, feel free to go and download it. It's totally free. This preset is something that you might have to tweak depending on the lighting situation. It's really extreme in some cases, like in this case, but you can customize it and tone it down. So don't be afraid yet. Don't be afraid. So as you can see, it's like way too orange, at least in my opinion. I'm going to bring the exposure down, and this is a lot of, again, of just playing around and seeing what kind of effect I really wanted to create. Okay, that looks good. The biggest key for getting that end result of almost like an iridescent-ish, I know it's not iridescent, but almost like an 80s feel, is playing around with the highlights. So let's scroll down there. Okay, so with the highlights, what I did after experimenting around quite a bit, I landed on just doing more of a blue, and I actually did, the exact number was 200, and I had the saturation at about 42. And as you can see, it's kind of like almost a aqua color. I didn't play around with the shadows, but that is something you could do if you wanted to make a more extreme effect. I personally didn't. I scroll back up here. She's looking a little green. I don't mind that so much in these images, but I do want to bring it to be a little bit less, so either at 0 or at like 2 to be more magenta. Then from here I can actually now see what's going on with the tones, and so I will kind of go and readjust the highlights and stuff just according to what I would like. Now I do know there is this kind of shadowy cast back here. Well, typically that's avoided by having softbox on the side, but as you guys saw from the video, I had one softbox here, a ring light here, and then the light wand here. Or I could have also put another light wand or just one of those long horizontal light bars, I don't know what the technical word is, on the floor, and that would illuminate the backdrop. It's what a lot of beauty gurus actually do in YouTube videos if they use seamless paper. Kind of brings it to life a bit. I edited these with my preset pack stateside. I do use my presets for a reason, because it makes my editing easier. It's exactly what I like. I wanted these images to have more of like a kind of washed out vintage feel, and stateside is definitely very retro vintage, really pretty, and you can make the colors washed out if you would like. So I love it. I almost think it kind of adds, in some cases in the past, stateside has looked very cinematic.
So if you're into that look, let's hop on over here, as I haven't edited this one. Now there's two ways that I could have gone with these. I used North, which is the green base one, but I could have also easily used West. I made some adjustments though, obviously. So first thing is going to be adjusting the contrast. And then I also adjust the exposure a bit. Now, one thing to note is with this shot, we were using the external flash, $30 link down below, swipe up to shop. But I also had one of these plants in front of the lens. And then I also had my like chapstick lens filter held in front of this. So that's how I got this kind of effect. I'm not a huge fan of how large the shadow is behind her, but there's not really a way around that because there's only so much room between the toilet over here and the wall. It's as good as it's gonna get. Okay, so then I kind of just played around with the highlights, brought the shadows up a bit, bring the blacks up. To me, there's not really a right or wrong way to do this. It's just kind of eyeing it, seeing what you like. I could bring the exposure up a little bit, maybe. That looks good to me. I'll show you guys what it looks like with the West preset. So again, this was using North. With West, I would make a little bit different of adjustments. So this is a little more extreme to me, just because the green looked more like it fit in with the environment because of the greenery. Lately, I've been actually liking to do negative contrast. I think it looks really pretty. Maybe I'll even bring this down. Like I said, it's just kind of experimenting and playing around. So that looks really pretty as well. Either way, both of these were edited using my stateside preset pack. I'll link my preset pack landing page down below. I have two other packs, Red Letter Days, which would have looked kind of really cool. That's super dramatic. You could definitely tone it down. This is using Friday. I have a black and white preset pack called Girls Chase Boys. It's nice. It's very classic, two classic ones. My best selling pack is Red Letter Days, and my most popular preset is Friday, which is a really warm, rosy tint. Saturday is my second bestseller, and I would just kind of make adjustments so it's not as dramatic. Looks super pretty too. So I will have my presets linked down below, as well as my free preset Clementine. So be sure to go grab that if you haven't already, and let's hop back over to the couch.
All right, everyone, that was it. That was my video. I hope that you liked it. I hope you feel encouraged, inspired. Like I have tried to prove to you, you don't need to have this huge, extensive setup to make beautiful images. Just have fun with it. For more photography videos, tips, and tricks, be sure to subscribe and turn on your notifications, and comment down below if you guys are going to try out the chapstick on the lens filter trick. I love y'all so much. Be sure to check out the full set of images linked down below. Check out Isabella in London over on Instagram, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.